This is Micah from Team Ironcore. I'm going to be deck profiling Dragunities today. I'm going to start out with monsters, so here goes. Start out with 3 Dragunity Dux. Dux is kind of the main staple in the deck to get out things like Vajrayana, your Gables, or your Dearg. You just kind of definitely need it for the deck. And then 3 Dragunity Phalanx. Phalanx, when he's in spell trap zone, it special summons himself, and definitely needed to get out again. The kind of synchro monsters and everything. If you are going to be playing any kind of Thought Ruler Archfiend and all your other level 8 monsters. Dragunity Legionnaire, we do run a Catastor in here, which runs really nice, especially with Phalanx. Just lets you get over a lot of other stuff. And if they have a monster and a spell card on the field, when you have Aklys, you equip Legionnaire to Aklys or activate Aklys' effect to special summon Legionnaire, and then activate effect. You destroy one of their monsters and one of their spell cards. It gets rid of just a lot of blow up power, and then allows you to play as a go for stuff like Mistworm. 2 Mystletainn, level just to be able to X these out, or if you have just draw into a Phalanx and a Mystletainn, it's nice to be able to go over the Phalanx and make a level 8. Really nice to be able to get out Thought Ruler Archfiend or that Scrap Dragon. Double Tefnuit, really nice just to be able to special summon when they have cards on the field, and you can also X these out for Atum or Bounzer. And then I play one Zephyros the Elite just because it gets Dragon's Ravine off the field and special summon. If you only have like a Phalanx on the field or something, it allows you to go out for Vag. Also, if you have a Legionnaire on the field, then it allows you to go out for Mistworm a lot easier. Dragunity Arma the Leyvaten, you can special summon it with a Atum and go out for Torrential Tribute. It's a 1-card OTK. And then Red and D. Red Eye's Darkest Metal Dragon is just a beautiful card in this deck. You can just play an Aklys and banish Aklys, a special summon, Arma Leyvaten back out of the graveyard and activate their effects and just do all sorts of shenanigans. Next we'll go into the spell and trap lineup. 3 Dragon's Ravine. Dragon's Ravine is such a stupid broken card, especially for Dragunities. It just gets so many searches off. Dress. People ask why we ran Dress over Lance, and the reason is mainly just for monster effects. Most of the time, cards aren't going to be able to get over a Trident Dragon if they can't destroy it. If they try and do anything to it, it's like, oh well, it sucks. Double cards of Consonance, just great for draw power. Also gets your tuners into the graveyard. And then just staple cards. And double MST and then a pot Avarice. Especially this deck recycles monsters like crazy, and especially when the new Wind Lord releases or the Elemental Lord releases, this deck will just be so much more broken. Moving to the trap lineup, Fiendish Chains, especially just like great against stuff like Insectors when they try and play that. Dragonfly, you just Fiendish Chains it and they can't do anything. Double Compulse gets rid of so many synchro monsters and Xyz monsters. It's just so good in this format. Double Bottomless, again it's just kind of that removal power. When a Huge Revolution is over as opposed to Starlight Road, 1 because it's a counter trap, 2 because you don't necessarily need the negation to get Stardust on the field. Most of the time you already have a Stardust on the field. And the whole point of this is for cards like Hieratic or Scrap Dragon, you can banish their card and it's not coming back. And also they can't chain Solemn Warning to it as opposed to like Starlight Road. 1 Mirror Force saves lives, especially when they attack with a full field and you just wipe it out. And then Torrential and Judgment, especially for negation power. We don't run a Solemn Warning in here, it just takes too many life out. You don't necessarily need a lot of negation power with this deck because you just blow up stuff all the time. And for the Synchro and Xyz, Maystroke, if you ever do get stuck with 2 Dragunity Dux on the field, or if you activate and you're stuck with 2, Maystroke's really nice to be able to sit on, and also its Book of Moon effect is just amazing. Atum, super broken in this deck, allows you to get the Trident Dragon out in 1 turn. Also, You go over Gaia Dragon over Atum just for the negation power. Photon Strike Bounzer, you get out level 6s a ton, especially with the Synchro deck. Just to be able to just kind of send cards to the graveyard and get it out. Great for negating monster effects and just inflicting damage. As I mentioned earlier, an ally of Justice Catastor. Just kind of get over stuff. Dragunities can normally get over everything, but it's super nice to just be able to sit on, especially when you have a Stardust on the field. They can't normally do anything to it. Dearg, just to get your cards into the graveyard. Such a stupid broken effect because you just add 1 level 4 or lower Dragon type or Winged Beast monster to your hand and then you discard. So it just adds so much more shenanigans. Triple Vag, we only have double right now. I can't find the third one. But this is where all the plays come from. Vag, you can equip Aklys to it, destroy a card, and it doubles attack. And then 1 Gable, it's really nice to be able to sit on and just to try and get over stuff. The only reason we run it at 1 is because I don't necessarily need it at 3. I've never gotten it out that much. Double Stardust. It's so nice to be able to just grab a Stardust and sit on it. Especially even if they try and MST a backer or something, you can just negate it with Stardust. And then Scrap Dragon, as I mentioned earlier. Thought Ruler Archfiend. The reason I played Thought Ruler Archfiend, especially for things like Dempriz, which Stardust can't negate. If you attack with Thought Ruler Archfiend, you're going to gain life out of it, and if they do try and target it with anything, you just negate it. Mistworm. Kind of a situational card, but when you grab the Zephyros back out of the graveyard and then you grab the 2 other cards, it's really nice just to be able to bounce cards, and especially if you go into the OTK that turn, it just adds for more stability and stuff. And then a Trident Dragon. This is kind of the beast boss monster of the deck. Trident Dragon is a 1-card OTK. It destroys 2 cards on the field to be able to attack 2 additional, or up to 2 cards on the field to be able to attack up to 2 additional times.